special guest, and it's my buddy. I think we can, I'm going to take a leap here. I'm going to call you my buddy because I think we've earned that.
Yep.
Have we earned that?
100%.
It's Chris from August Roofing and Solar. Now, Chris is not just from August Roofing and Solar. He's the big cheese. Again, I've earned that, right? You are the big cheese, right? You're the founder, you're the CEO, you do it all. And you have been in business. You know this business for almost 40 years.
That's correct.
I think you told me you walked out of your high school doors, graduation, threw your cap, and started nailing roofs.
Grabbed a hammer, threw off my cap and grabbed a hammer.
And away you went.
Yeah.
And here you are, decades, not just years, decades later, you have your own company. It's called August Roofing and Solar, just like the month, August Roofing and Solar. You've been doing roofing for a very long time. And then the last 10 years or so, you picked up the solar because, yes.
Yeah, correct. It's a big thing.
It's huge.
It's huge. You're going to put a power plant on your house and it needs to be attached properly. Like, consider this. So there's always vent pipes that come through your roof. And that's quite frankly where most of of roofing happens. Any vent pipes or angles in your roofs, flashing walls. If you have a nice open, what we call field straight areas, that's not usually where all the magic happens. It's at the penetrations. So now average house, for bathrooms and such, might have, 5 penetrations. We put a solar system on, it can have 60, 70, 80 penetrations. And so it's super critical that we get those waterproof properly. And that's what really happened when the solar industry just took off. They were just doing it any old way.
It's interesting how you use the phrase, you're putting a solar system on a roof.
Yeah, power plant, yeah.
A power plant. Yes. I've never heard of it quite put like that, but it's true. If you think about it, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, like we have to get what's called a permission to operate once we get from SEC or whoever your DWP, whoever your provider is. And they actually, when you read their regs and everything, they call it a power generating station. So it really is a power plant.
We get to talk once a week. And so for that, I want to head back to basics. Let's head back to basics. If you're just tuning in, we may have some new listeners commuting this morning, and you have never met Chris before. You've never heard him speak about solar or even roofing. Let's head back to the basics and start from square one, okay?
Okay.
If someone believes they need a new roof, or they have a leak, or they're interested in solar, or all of the above, because that can happen. Sometimes it happened to me when I needed a new bathroom. Here's what happened. I needed a new shower door. Right. So a new shower door, Chris, turned into a whole reno of my master bathroom. Yes. You see how that happens?
I got it. Yeah.
So again, if someone has a leak, a small leak, and they say, we got to get that fixed. Well, while we're at it, why don't we make sure the entire roof is okay? And then I've always been interested in solar. So those people who might be interested at the very beginning, how do you explain this process to them, and what do they do first?
Well, first is if they are interested in solar, we need to get all your electrical usage for the last year. We're big into correctly sizing your system to what your needs are. And then sometimes we've found out that it really doesn't make any economic sense to put a solar system on.
You've run into that, really?
Yes, it just depends on usage. So,
okay.
For us at August Roofing, we really want to do the right by our customers. So we do investigations. So if you are interested in solar, we need to get that information in. Once we get that information in, then we have a program where we actually puts a solar panel on every single square inch of your house, and then we can sit down and take panels off and design a system. Like, some people don't like it on the front of their house; they want it on the back. Some people want it on the side. So we can sit with the customer and design a system that's going to work. So then once we get all that information, then the next step is we have a on-site visit, because we do need to check your roof, right? Is it 2 years old? Is it 20 years old? Where do you want to put the solar system? And then we take a look at the condition, take a look at the system you're putting on, and then we put a proposal together talking to you and what your needs and concerns are, and we put a proposal together that makes sense for you.
How long does that entire process take? Because when you explain it sounds like it could be a little bit daunting, especially to someone like me who I just want it done. I want you to start tomorrow. Here's the paperwork. Go.
I mean, it'll probably take at least a week for us to get what we call the max fit done. Once you get us your electrical bills, and we do the assessment of the solar system, and then the in-home process is 60 to 90 minutes, and we do like everybody that would be involved in the decision there. There's just a lot of information we give, and we're really about education, and so we want to make sure that everybody has the same information so that they can make a good decision.
That's one thing I know that makes you stand out from some other solar companies. Now, you're a roofing and solar company. There have been many, and you know this, Chris, many fly-by-night solar companies.
Yes.
It took off like crazy. I want to say 10-ish years ago, maybe, right?
Right.
When it really became, you started
mainstream,
seeing, you started seeing panels, right? And things have evolved and changed. Panels have gotten smaller, thinner. There's a different process, all kinds of things. But in that amount of time, we've seen a lot of solar companies go under. And so if you've had problems with your solar from those companies, where do you turn to? So that's not going to be an issue with August Roofing and Solar, because you've been in this business for so long. You've been here. And you will continue to be here, which makes you stand out from the crowd for sure. Chris, because unfortunately, we are running out of time, but just for this week, what is the best place to get you at? Should potential customers call you? Should they go to augustroofing.com? Where do you want them to go?
Yeah, augustroofing.com works really well. We have our phone numbers on there if you want to call in. We're actually on Surrey now, so I won't say it now because then
my phone will go off, right?
Everybody's phone will go off. I'll get like 40,000 calls from all your listeners. But we're on Surrey, so if you want to do it right now, you can just say, hey, call August Roofing, and then Surrey will do it for you.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic. It's Chris from augustroofing.com. Go check them out if you are interested in a new roof. You've got a leak, you've got something cooking, or you want to check out solar. Maybe you've got a large family, and maybe you're using the air conditioning in the pool and you need a little bit of help. And so it might be financially good for you to do something like that. It's augustroofing.com. Chris, thanks as always. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.